Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to my video channel again. In this video I'm going to show you a pouch in which you can put your junk journal. I recently made a new junk journal, a Christmas journal. I'm not going to show it right now, that will be a different video. But in this video I will show you how to make this gorgeous pouch in which you can store your junk journal. I hope you will enjoy the process. I took a piece of gorgeous brocade fabric, and this journal is going to get a fabulous pouch. For starters, I took some measurements, and at this moment I'm going to find out how to fold the fabric in order that the junk journal will fit nicely into the upcoming pouch. I'm going to use these papers. They're from the same kit that the journal was made of. But to start, I made from old printed A4 papers a template with which I can decide where I'm going to put the papers and in which order, so that the pouch will fit the journal and the fabric will have a lining from papers. It will make it more sturdy and give it a nice crispy sound. So I'm using this template to determine where I have to fold the fabric around the papers. I'm making sure that the wrong side is up. You always have to think from the inside out, making a pouch. And here I'm folding the fabric around the template in order to have the good measurements when I put in the definite papers. I've done the same thing at the other side, and as you can see, I already took the template out again because it can't be in there anymore. I'm taking the measurements once again to be sure that all the folds are in the right place. And I'm putting the journal back in to make sure that everything is all right. Now I am going to find my things to make a closure. I decided to make a closure of a nice button and a small hair elastic. By the way, this sewing kit I made years ago, it fits everything I need, and it's also really handy to take with you when you go on a long or short holiday. I always have it at hand. And now I am determining where the elastic band has to go, and also the button. I will align them using these pins. I will try to put a little tension on the elastic, not too much, but just a little to have the flap closed properly later on. I always check a couple of times if everything is really okay, because once you've sewn it on and the lining is in, there's no way you can change anything about it anymore. Deciding whether I made the right choice, and it's going to be the first one. Now I show you how I sewed the button on and the elastic band. I sped it up a little, but I didn't want to take it out entirely because otherwise you would miss this part in the tutorial. As you can see, it shows on the inside, but that's just for now, because later on when the paper lining is in, you will not see that anymore. The same will go for attaching the elastic band. The attachment will not show anymore once we're finished. Here you can see me working with the papers. One I am folding in half, and I will use that at the front of the pouch to give that extra sturdiness. The double fold will be away from the folded fabric, where I will attach the other side of the other paper. I'm lining everything up really carefully. Here I line up carefully the two papers, and I fold the fabric around the second paper on the other side of the pouch. It will turn into the flap. And I put my clips on that as well. Those clips are really fantastic because as soon as you take everything to your sewing machine, you can leave them into place. There are no pins that may prick you, and if necessary, it's quite easy to remove these clips with a simple movement of your finger. And as you can see, it's really easy to go through the fabric and the paper at the same time without tearing it. I'm checking again if everything is in the right place, and it is. You can also tell that with the paper inside, there's just enough tension on the elastic band. And now I'm carefully lining up the two papers because I have to sew those two together as well. And I will do so with a zigzag stitch. And here you can see that I made the stitch, and it does show on the other side in the fabric. But that won't be a problem because that will be the bottom part of the bag, as you can see here. And I will cover that up later on. Now it's time to put the pouch together, which means that I will sew the sides together. And that's what I did here. Then comes the tricky part because it has to be reversed. And I'm warning you here because there is a lining with paper, so don't pull too hard, and especially not on the paper, but push from the inside out. With a blunt object like, for example, your fingers, like I'm doing here, not your scissors or something else which can be sharp. I'm just pushing from the inside out until the pouch reaches its final form. It looks quite well on the inside. You don't even see the zigzag stitches. And now it's time to also sew the rest of the sides. It's a proper pouch right now, and I'm fitting again the journal in. It slides in smoothly. It's not too large, not too small. And now it's time to start decorating. I will do so with trims and laces from Crafty Me shop. By the way, the lovely brocade fabric is also from Crafty Me shop. And here I'm determining which part of this trim I like to use to also cover up the stitches on the bottom of the pouch. And the flap will be decorated with a lovely lace. It's vintage lace. And it's just simply gorgeous. I will wrap it around the top flap so that the elastic band will be covered and there will be a nice lace all around it. I will do so using my art glitter glue. I do have a glue gun, but most of the times it can feel quite hard when that dries up. And in my experience, the art glitter glue is really good at attaching laces and trims to your paper crafts, and I use it lots of times. Just a small amount is enough to make a secure binding between the lace and fabric in this case, or paper in other cases. As soon as I have attached the first bit of lace, I will come in again with the art glitter glue and put little dots on all the extra bits of the lace where you can attach it to the fabric. And as you can see, it bound perfectly. Also on the inside, where the paper is. So now it's time for the trim to be attached. And first of all, I'm going to glue those threads to the trim because it's hand sewn, and if I don't glue those threads, the little flowers will come loose as soon as I cut that piece of trim. So I put some art glitter glue on the threads and let it dry. And when it's dried, I can cut there without risking losing any flowers. So now it's dried and I can cut it. I'm putting in the junk journal in order to make the bottom part of the pouch more bulky, so that it's easier to glue the trim to the bottom. I'm flattening it out a bit as well, so that I have more surface to glue it onto. And again, I'm using the art glitter glue. It's a little fiddly work, and it takes time and patience and some more patience, but it will be all right in the end. So yeah, here we go. As far as I'm concerned, it's finished. I like the result. And I'm showing you once more what it looks like. It goes really well with the journal, which I inserted. And as I said, the flip through will follow in the next video. But this was the tutorial about the pouch. I hope you enjoyed my small video and hope to see you in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.